Hi, this is Jeff Curto, and welcome to episode number 101 of Camera Position, the podcast about the creative side of photography. Well, let's see. The unexamined life is not worth living. That's what Socrates said. Well, we think Socrates said it because Socrates didn't actually write anything down, curiously. But what we do with Socrates when we're thinking about that great Greek thinker and philosopher is we rely on the words that his students, that his acolytes wrote down. And one of them was Plato, who, when he was recounting Socrates' trial for treason, reported that the great thinker Socrates uttered those words, "The unexamined life is not worth living," or at least words very much like them. So Socrates, for those of us who remember studying him some long time ago, of course, Socrates changed the course of Western intellectual process by suggesting that we need to be aware of ourselves and our interests in order to be fully engaged in our lives and in our thoughts. And I was thinking about this and thinking that for photographers, it seems to suggest that in order to get at the gist of what we want to create, what we want to make with our photographic efforts, we have to be really thoughtful in our pursuit of creativity. A whole lot of post-Socratic thinkers have discussed their thoughts about what creativity is and how we can define it and come to know it. And I thought I'd share a few of those ideas with you here and see if we can come to some grasp, some understanding of what it is that creativity is. So creativity, the ability to create new original things, experiences, and ideas. And we do that by grasping and nurturing inspiration. Grasping and nurturing inspiration. Well, of course, where do we come up with inspiration? And some of the places that we do come up with ideas, with inspired ideas, are by remembering past experiences and ideas. But we also come up with them by forgetting past experiences and ideas and trying to think of new and unique things. Perhaps that requires destroying past experiences and ideas or moving past those things that we once held dear. And then, of course, one of my favorite things, synthesizing past experiences and ideas, putting new ideas together with the fabric of old ones, sort of fabricating something new out of differing ideas that came before them. So in order to do that, I think we have to answer a few questions. First is the question that, I suppose we've talked about this one more often than anything on Camera Position, and that is, who are you? Who are you? What is it that makes you uniquely you? Because I think that's where the wellspring of most creative thought is in who we really truly are. What do you like? How do you know what you like? How have you thought about what it is that you like to do? Have you just sort of willy-nilly rambled through the things that you like to do in this world, or do you think about them on some deeper level, and why is it that I like those things? What do you want? What do you want? Where do you want to go? What's your goal? What kind of idea do you have that can push you toward that goal? And one of the things that I think we've talked about before and that I certainly do myself, and I've been doing a lot more of lately, because I've been trying to examine myself a little bit more carefully in terms of my thought process, and that is to make and regularly update lists that contains answers to those questions. Who am I? What do I like? How do I know the things that I like? Where do I want to go? What are my goals? And continue to update that list, continue to look at that list. I like to make that list electronically, simply because then on various electronic devices that I have, I can kind of keep the list with me all the time and be able to refer to it, update it, modify it as I go along, and I don't have to then remember to carry a particular little piece of paper around with me, though I know other people who much prefer to use some sort of a notebook to do that same sort of thing. So that unexamined life is not worth living, as Socrates said, so get out there and begin examining it. And think about what it is that you like. What is it about photography that you really, truly love? And then begin to pursue that in your own photographic efforts. I know that The thing that kind of comes to the top for me is the quality of light and shadow. For without shadow, we really don't understand the idea of what light is. So light and shadow are always with me as some of the most important possibilities, one of the most important prospects of what photography brings to my life. So examine your life. Remember your past experiences and forget them as well. Destroy those past experiences and ideas and synthesize some new experiences and ideas out of past experiences and ideas, and begin to move forward with your work. It certainly helps me to posit new ideas of things that I can try with my cameras, things that I can try to express for myself. Thank you very much for joining me on this 101st episode of Camera Position, the podcast about the creative side of photography.